Ladies, gentlemen, and beloved friends, there are truths about life that no one tells you, things you won't hear from your teachers, your friends, or even your parents. But I'm here to tell you, these are lessons you need to learn if you're going to make it in this world. Life is not fair. This is one of the hardest truths to swallow, but it's real. Life doesn't owe you anything. You'll get knocked down and things won't always go your way. But that's the challenge, how you react when life hits you. You don't have control over all the circumstances, but you have control over how you respond. It's not about the punches life throws at you, it's about how many you can take and still get back up. Time is your most valuable asset. Time is the one thing you can't get back. It's the currency of life. You can lose money and earn it back, but when time passes, it's gone forever. Every minute you waste, you can never retrieve. So don't waste it. Don't waste it on things that don't add value to your life. Prioritize what truly matters: your health, your purpose, your relationships. Failure is part of the journey. Success is a series of failures. And that's the honest truth. You're going to fail. It's not optional. But the key is to keep going. You will face rejection. You will make mistakes. But the person who never gives up is the one who wins in the end. Don't fear failure. Fear the failure of not trying. When you fail, you're just one step closer to success. People will let you down. It's going to hurt when the people you trust fail you, when they disappoint you, or walk away when you need them the most. But here's the thing: people are imperfect. They will let you down. Learn to trust, but never put all your reliance on someone else. You have to be your own support system. Be the person you can count on. No one owes you anything. You're not entitled to anything. The world doesn't owe you success, fame, or fortune. No one cares how hard you work if you don't show up consistently. If you want something, you have to earn it. Work harder than the next person. And when you do get it, remember that no one owes you a thing. Your achievements are the result of your efforts, not the result of someone else's generosity. Growth requires sacrifice. You can't grow without giving up something. The road to success isn't a comfortable one. It requires sacrifice. You may have to give up your weekends, your comfort zone, your habits, and maybe even relationships that aren't serving you. But every sacrifice is an investment in your future. And let me tell you, what you'll gain in the end will make every sacrifice worth it. Happiness is not a permanent state. Don't chase happiness like it's something you can hold on to forever. You'll have good days, bad days, and days in between. Happiness is fleeting. What you should chase is fulfillment. That feeling of purpose, of knowing you've given everything you have to something meaningful. When you chase purpose, happiness follows. You are responsible for your life. There's no one to blame but you. If you're unhappy with your situation, the only way to change it is to take responsibility. The moment you stop blaming your circumstances, your family, your boss, or society, is the moment you start owning your life. It's in your hands. The power to change is yours. Don't compare yourself to others. The world has a way of making you feel like you're falling behind. Social media, the success stories, the highlight reels, it's easy to feel like you're not enough. But here's the truth: you don't know what it took for someone else to get where they are. You don't know their journey, their struggles, or their sacrifices. Focus on your own journey. Keep your eyes on your own path. Success doesn't happen overnight. Success is the result of consistent, persistent effort over time. There's no magic formula, no shortcut. What you see as success today is the culmination of years of hard work, sleepless nights, and setbacks. If you want it, put in the work every single day. The only way to fail is to quit. You will be tested. There will come moments in your life where you'll be tested to your limits, when your faith will be tested, when your strength will be tested. And the question is, will you rise? These moments are the defining points of your life. It's in these moments you'll either break or build the resilience to keep going. Tests don't come to destroy you, they come to elevate you. The end is coming, so live fully. Every one of us has an expiration date. We don't know when our time is up, but we know it's coming. So why waste it? Why play small? Why live a life of regret? Live with intention. Live with purpose. Take the risks. Go after your dreams. And when it's time for you to leave, leave knowing you gave everything you had. Life is not fair, and that's a harsh reality we all must face. From a young age, we're taught to believe that fairness is a fundamental principle of life. We expect justice, equality, and a sense of balance, whether it's in school, at work, or in our personal relationships. But the truth is, fairness doesn't always play out the way we hope it will. The world doesn't work on a strict merit-based system where everyone gets what they deserve, and that's something we have to learn to accept. Life's unfairness often shows up when you least expect it. You work hard for something, give it your all, and still fall short, while others breeze through with far less effort. This is the harsh reality of life. Some people will be born into privilege, while others face systemic barriers. Some will get lucky, and others will struggle for years. The sooner we realize this, the sooner we can adjust our mindset and begin navigating life more effectively. But just because life isn't fair doesn't mean we're powerless. The real test lies in how we respond to this unfairness. It's easy to become bitter, frustrated, and resentful when things don't go the way we want them to, but doing so will only drag us down further. Instead, we have to shift our focus. Life might not always be fair, but that doesn't mean we're without agency. In fact, one of the most empowering realizations you can have is that while you can't control the circumstances, you can control your response. When life hands you challenges, setbacks, or outright injustices, how you respond will define your journey. Accepting that life isn't fair frees you from the expectation that things should always go your way. The sooner you stop expecting the world to cater to your needs, the sooner you can start building the mental toughness necessary to face adversity. You learn not to take things personally when they go wrong, because you understand that misfortune is simply part of the human experience, not a reflection of your worth or effort. When things don't go the way you planned, instead of wallowing in disappointment, you focus on finding a way forward. It's about understanding that there will be setbacks, and the question is not why they're happening to you, but how you will rise above them. This mindset allows you to approach life with resilience, prepared to weather the storms that inevitably come your way. Life's unfairness doesn't have to be a cause for despair. In fact, it can be a source of motivation. Many successful individuals have used the challenges and injustices they faced as fuel to drive their determination and ambition. They refuse to let unfair circumstances dictate their future. Instead of being victims of their situations, they became victors in their own right by choosing to keep going when others might have quit. Unfairness is not the end, it's simply an obstacle to overcome. It challenges you to dig deeper, work harder, and become more resourceful. When life pushes you down, it's not a signal that you should give up, but rather an opportunity to prove that you can rise again stronger, wiser, and more capable. Accepting the unfairness of life helps us become more compassionate toward others. When you understand that not everyone is starting from the same place, you begin to see the world with more empathy. Some people have it harder than others, and their struggles may not always be visible. Once you recognize that life isn't fair for everyone, you can stop comparing your journey to theirs and focus on your own path. You stop judging others for where they are in life because you realize that everyone is fighting their own battles and many are fighting battles you can't see. It encourages a more generous and understanding mindset, making you kinder not only to others but also to yourself. Life doesn't owe you fairness, but how you treat others in response to that truth is entirely up to you. The concept of life not being fair teaches us a valuable lesson in gratitude. When things don't go our way, it's easy to focus on the negative. But when we embrace the unfairness of life, we also begin to appreciate the good things we have. The unfairness forces us to acknowledge the privileges we do have, no matter how small they may seem. Whether it's a loving family, a steady job, or a healthy body, these are blessings that others might not have, and recognizing them encourages us to be grateful for what we've been given, rather than focusing on what we lack. It's a humbling lesson in making the most of the opportunities we have, even when life isn't playing fair. Time is your most valuable asset. This truth cannot be overstated. In a world filled with distractions, constant demands, and pressures, the one thing you can never get back is time. Every moment that passes is gone forever, and you can't rewind, pause, or fast forward your life. Unlike money or material possessions, time is finite, and once it's spent, it's irretrievable. This fact should change how we view the way we live. We are all given 24 hours in a day, and how we choose to spend that time ultimately determines our outcomes, success, and sense of fulfillment. It's easy to take time for granted, especially when we're young or when we think we have all the time in the world. But the reality is that time waits for no one. You can always earn more money or find more opportunities, but you can never gain back lost time. One of the most important aspects of valuing time is understanding that not all hours are created equal. The way you spend your time directly impacts the trajectory of your life. If you spend your time focused on unimportant things, such as idle distractions or things that don't align with your goals, you're wasting precious resources. We live in a society that promotes multitasking, instant gratification, and constant connectivity, making it all too easy to lose hours scrolling on social media, binge watching shows, or dealing with trivial matters. While these activities may seem harmless in the moment, they add up over time, and before you know it, significant chunks of your life have passed without adding any real value to your personal growth or future. It's essential to be intentional with your time, prioritizing activities that nurture your goals, relationships, and well-being. Time management isn't just about finding more hours in the day, it's about making the most of the ones you already have. Another reason time is so precious is because it is the one thing that everyone has in equal measure. Regardless of background, wealth, or status, everyone gets the same 24 hours. What separates successful people from those who feel stuck or dissatisfied in life isn't necessarily how much time they have, but how they choose to use it. Successful individuals are masters at managing their time. They wake up early, structure their days, and commit to their priorities. They understand that time is a non-renewable resource and they protect it fiercely. They don't allow themselves to get caught up in mindless distractions. And they don't waste time on things that don't align with their mission or purpose. They are deliberate in how they allocate their energy and focus. This intentional approach to time allows them to accomplish more, build more, and live with greater purpose. Time is also deeply tied to the concept of opportunity. Every moment you spend on something is a moment you can't spend on something else. Every choice you make about where to direct your time is a choice to either move closer to your goals or further away from them. When you choose to invest your time in things that matter, whether it's improving your skills, building meaningful relationships, or working on your career, you create more opportunities for yourself. On the other hand, when you waste time, you lose opportunities. The longer you wait to act on your dreams or put off important tasks, the more you delay the opportunities that could change your life. Time has a compounding effect. Small investments of time each day can lead to big rewards over months or years. But the reverse is also true. Wasting time on things that don't matter will accumulate and prevent you from reaching your potential. One of the hardest things to accept is that we don't have an unlimited amount of time. There's an end point for all of us, and it could come sooner than we expect. That's why it's so important to live with urgency. When you realize that your time is limited, you begin to make decisions differently. You stop procrastinating, you stop waiting for the right moment, and you stop making excuses. Instead, you start taking action now. You recognize that the longer you wait, the more time you're losing, and every wasted day brings you closer to the point where you'll wish you had acted sooner. Living with urgency doesn't mean rushing through life or burning yourself out, but it does mean not taking your time for granted. It means making deliberate choices that move you forward. There's also the element of time's relationship with life's unpredictability. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. Tragedy, illness, or unforeseen challenges can suddenly alter the course of your life, making it even more important to take advantage of the time you have right now. The reality is, we often wait for someday when we have more time, more money, or more experience. But the truth is, someday often never comes. We live in an age where we're constantly putting things off, waiting for the perfect moment to begin a new project, start a new habit, or pursue a new dream. The irony is that by waiting for the perfect time, we miss out on the opportunities right in front of us. If you want to change your life, you have to start today, not someday. Understanding the value of time means understanding the importance of self-care and rest. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that every moment must be productive, that every second should be spent working or achieving. However, true success and fulfillment come from balance. If you constantly grind away without taking time to recharge, you'll burn out, and in the long run, it will cost you more time. Taking time for rest, reflection, and self-care allows you to be more productive, more creative, and more focused when you are working. It's not about working harder all the time, it's about working smarter and recognizing when your time for rest and recovery is just as valuable as your time spent on your goals. Failure is part of the journey, and it's one of the most crucial lessons in life that we often fail to understand fully until we experience it ourselves. From a young age, we are conditioned to view failure as something negative, something to avoid at all costs. We see failure as the opposite of success, a sign that we are not good enough, or that we are incapable of reaching our goals. However, the reality is that failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. It is, in fact, an essential ingredient of success. Every successful person has encountered failure at some point on their path, and it is through their failures that they have grown, learned, and ultimately succeeded. Without failure, there can be no growth. The reason failure is such an important part of the journey is because it teaches us valuable lessons that success never can. When we succeed at something, we often don't think much about how we got there. It feels good, but we tend to overlook the steps, mistakes, and challenges that helped us get there. Success often comes when things fall into place and we execute flawlessly, but failure forces us to reflect and reassess. When we fail, we are confronted with the reality of what went wrong, and it is this confrontation that opens the door to learning. It's through failure that we identify our weaknesses, correct our mistakes, and figure out what we need to improve. Failure is an opportunity for growth that success simply can't offer. Failure helps us build resilience, and resilience is a key trait that separates those who achieve long-term success from those who give up after encountering their first obstacle. Life isn't linear. It's not a straight path to success, and there will always be bumps along the way. Some of those bumps will feel like mountains, and some will knock you down so hard that it feels like you can't get back up. But it's in these moments, the moments of failure, where you develop the mental and emotional toughness to keep going. Resilience is built through adversity. It's through experiencing failure that you learn to persevere, even when things don't go your way. The ability to pick yourself up, learn from your mistakes, and continue pushing forward is what ultimately leads to success. Failure isn't the end, it's just a step in the process that helps you build the inner strength you need to keep going. Failure helps us develop humility. No matter how talented, skilled, or intelligent we are, we all have room for improvement. Failure humbles us, reminding us that we don't have all the answers and that we're not invincible. It keeps us grounded and prevents us from becoming complacent or overconfident. We may have a lot of wins, but a single failure can be a wake-up call that reminds us we have much more to learn. Humility allows us to remain open to new ideas, to be willing to ask for help, and to be adaptable. When we embrace failure as part of the journey, we develop a growth mindset, a mindset that values learning, progress, and personal development over simply being right or being perfect. Failure teaches us the importance of taking risks. When we are afraid of failure, we are often paralyzed by indecision. We don't take the risk necessary to move forward because we fear the potential outcome. But the truth is, without taking risks, we never move beyond our comfort zones. Failure teaches us that taking risks is an essential part of progress. Every successful person has taken risks at some point in their journey, and many of those risks led to failure. But it is through those failures that they learned, improved, and eventually succeeded. If you play it safe your entire life, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Taking risks and failing is an important part of pushing yourself, testing your limits, and discovering your true potential. Some of the most well-known successes in history would never have happened without failure. Think about Thomas Edison and his countless attempts to invent the light bulb. He didn't fail once or twice, he failed hundreds, if not thousands of times. But each failure was a lesson, a step closer to his success. His perspective on failure is a powerful one. He didn't see as many attempts as failures, but as opportunities to learn what didn't work. Every failure brought him closer to the right solution. The same can be said for other successful people, from Steve Jobs to J.K. Rowling. They all experienced failure in various forms, but they didn't let those failures define them. Instead, they used them as stepping stones toward greater success. Failure also teaches us patience. Success rarely comes overnight. It's easy to look at someone else's achievements and think they came easily. But most successful people had to endure years of failure, setbacks, and struggles before they made it. Learning patience through failure allows us to stay committed to our goals, even when things aren't progressing as quickly as we'd like. Patience is crucial because it helps us understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a process that requires perseverance and time. Every failure you experience teaches you to wait for the right moment, to keep working hard, and to trust that your efforts will eventually pay off. One of the most profound aspects of failure is that it forces us to redefine our understanding of success. Success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about learning how to deal with it, how to get back up when you fall, and how to keep moving forward. It's about resilience, growth, and progress. Success is a journey, and failure is simply part of the path. It's through our failures that we learn to truly appreciate success, because we know the effort, sacrifice, and determination it took to get there. Failure is not something to fear or avoid, it's something to embrace. It is an essential part of the process, a tool for growth, and a necessary experience on the road to success. When you understand that failure is inevitable and that it holds valuable lessons, you can approach life with a different mindset. You stop seeing failure as something to be ashamed of, and instead you see it as a teacher, a stepping stone that leads you toward greater things. Every failure is an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. So don't shy away from failure, welcome it, learn from it, and use it to propel yourself forward. The company you keep plays a significant role in shaping your future. People often underestimate the impact of their social circles, but the truth is that the individuals you surround yourself with have the power to influence your mindset, behavior, and even your success. You are, to a large extent, the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This statement reflects the undeniable fact that the energy, attitudes, and actions of those around you will either lift you up or pull you down. It's a harsh truth, but one that can transform your life when understood properly. If you want to grow, succeed, and live a fulfilling life, you need to be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. The people around you impact your mindset more than you realize. If you spend time with individuals who have a negative outlook on life, who constantly complain, or who lack ambition, their attitudes will begin to rub off on you. It becomes easier to adopt their way of thinking, their pessimism, and their belief that success is out of reach. The opposite is also true when you surround yourself with people who are driven, positive, and goal-oriented. Their mindset will encourage you to adopt similar behaviors. Successful individuals often have a strong network of like-minded people who challenge them to think bigger, work harder, and aim higher. These relationships help fuel their ambition and provide the emotional and mental support needed to keep pushing toward their goals. Your social circle also affects your habits, whether you realize it or not. The people you spend time with influence your daily routines. If you associate with individuals who prioritize health and fitness, it's more likely that you will adopt those same habits. Similarly, if your friends and colleagues are constantly focused on self-improvement, personal growth, and learning, you'll be more inclined to adopt these habits as well. However, if you're surrounded by people who indulge in unhealthy habits, procrastinate, or have no interest in self-development, it becomes much harder to maintain discipline and build positive habits of your own. Our habits are often a reflection of the environment we're in, and that environment is largely shaped by the people we choose to be around. The people you surround yourself with also have a significant impact on your goals and aspirations. When you have people in your life who believe in your potential and encourage you to pursue your dreams, you are more likely to take risks and push yourself outside your comfort zone. On the other hand, when you're surrounded by individuals who are afraid of change or too comfortable in their own stagnation, they may unknowingly discourage you from stepping out and taking the necessary steps to achieve your goals. It's easy to fall into the trap of limiting yourself when others around you do the same. They may project their own fears or doubts onto you, making you question whether your goals are realistic or achievable. This can be especially harmful because if you begin to doubt yourself, you lose the drive and confidence to keep pursuing your aspirations. In contrast, surrounding yourself with high-achieving individuals will push you to elevate your own standards. When you interact with people who challenge you to think bigger, to aim higher, and to take action, your goals become more tangible and achievable. These relationships don't have to be purely transactional or centered solely around business. They can also include friendships where mutual growth and encouragement are a central focus. Being around people who inspire you creates a healthy pressure to push beyond your limits, and it helps you stay accountable to your goals. It's not about competing with others, but about growing together and helping each other become the best versions of yourselves. Your social circle can affect your emotional and mental well-being. Life can be challenging, and the emotional support you receive from your inner circle can make all the difference. When you're facing setbacks, struggling with self-doubt, or feeling overwhelmed, having a supportive network of friends and family who lift you up can make you feel like you're not facing the battle alone. Conversely, toxic relationships can have the opposite effect, draining your energy and leaving you emotionally exhausted. If you spend too much time with people who are negative, critical, or unsupportive, it can take a toll on your mental health. This constant negativity can lead to feelings of isolation, self-doubt, and even depression. The emotional climate around you is incredibly important, and it's crucial to prioritize relationships that nourish and support your mental and emotional well-being. Furthermore, your network can provide opportunities that you might not have access to otherwise. Opportunities in life often come through people you know. The right connections can open doors for personal and professional growth, whether it's through job opportunities, mentorship, or exposure to new ideas and industries. In a world where networking has become essential to success, the people you associate with can directly impact your ability to advance. Surrounding yourself with individuals who are well-connected, experienced, and knowledgeable can offer insights and opportunities that you might not have come across on your own. These relationships can give you the boost you need to take your career, your personal projects, or your goals to the next level. At the same time, it's important to recognize that not all relationships are meant to be lifelong. As you evolve, so will your needs and desires. There will be times when you outgrow certain relationships, and that's okay. Not everyone will be on the same path as you, and sometimes it's necessary to distance yourself from people who are no longer contributing positively to your life. This can be one of the hardest decisions to make, but it's important for your personal growth and success. Letting go of toxic or stagnant relationships opens up space for healthier, more fulfilling connections that will support you as you continue to evolve. Ultimately, the company you keep is one of the most powerful influences on your life. It shapes your mindset, behavior, habits, and success. If you want to live a life full of growth, opportunity, and fulfillment, you must carefully choose who you allow into your life. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and support you, and don't be afraid to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. The right people will elevate you, push you toward your goals, and help you become the best version of yourself. Success is not guaranteed, and it doesn't come without effort. Many people fail to realize that success isn't a product of luck or circumstance. It's the result of hard work, perseverance, and consistency over time. Too often, we see others achieve what we desire and wonder how they made it. We assume they have some secret formula or that their success came easily. The truth is, success is earned through countless hours of dedication, persistence, and continuous effort. While talent, intelligence, or resources can give someone an initial advantage, it is the daily grind and the commitment to improvement that ultimately leads to success. The most successful individuals in the world didn't get there by taking shortcuts or waiting for opportunities to come to them. They worked for it. One of the most critical elements of achieving success is consistency. It's not about making one big move or having a single breakthrough moment. Success is built on small, incremental steps taken every single day. If you want to achieve your goals, you must show up consistently. It's the habit of daily action, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, that compounds over time to create extraordinary results. Whether it's putting in an hour of work toward a project, practicing a skill, or making progress on a long-term goal, success is the result of the small, often unnoticed steps you take every day. If you look at any successful person, you'll find that they didn't get to where they are by simply hoping or wishing for success. They got there by showing up, even when they didn't feel like it, and by doing the work day in and day out. Success requires resilience and the ability to keep going when things get tough. There will be times when you want to quit, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when failure feels imminent. In these moments, most people give up. They lose faith in their dreams and decide that the struggle isn't worth it. But the truth is, the individuals who succeed are the ones who keep going despite adversity. Resilience is the quality that allows you to bounce back after setbacks, to learn from failures, and to keep moving forward. Successful people are not those who avoid challenges. They are the ones who embrace them and use them as stepping stones toward their goals. They understand that difficulty is part of the process and that success is not a straight path. Instead of viewing obstacles as barriers, they see them as opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Success also demands a willingness to learn and adapt. The world is constantly changing, and the strategies that worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. To succeed, you must be open to new ideas, willing to adapt to change, and ready to learn from your experiences. This is one of the reasons why some people struggle to succeed. They become too attached to their methods, their beliefs, or their comfort zones. The ability to stay flexible and open to learning new skills, adopting new perspectives, or adjusting your approach is essential. Success requires that you not only learn from your own mistakes, but also from the mistakes and successes of others. Those who are willing to keep learning, to grow and evolve, are the ones who eventually reach their goals. Equally important is the ability to stay focused and avoid distractions. In a world full of information, noise, and endless options, it's easy to get sidetracked and lose sight of your goals. Success requires laser-like focus, dedicating your time and energy to the things that truly matter, and that will move you closer to your desired outcome. One of the hardest things about pursuing success is staying committed to the process, especially when results aren't immediately visible. The temptation to give up or jump to a new, more exciting opportunity is always present, but true success is achieved by focusing on the long-term goal, by resisting distractions, and by remaining disciplined even when things aren't moving as quickly as you would like. One of the most overlooked aspects of success is the ability to delay gratification. In today's world, we are constantly encouraged to seek instant rewards, whether it's through social media, fast food, or other quick fixes. However, success requires patience and the ability to resist the urge for immediate pleasure in favor of long-term gains. Delaying gratification means making sacrifices in the present in order to secure a better future. It could be spending years building a business before seeing significant profits, or dedicating hours to studying and learning before passing an important exam. Success is not about instant rewards, it's about committing to the work, the sacrifice, and the discipline that will pay off later. Those who can delay gratification and stay committed to the process, even when they're not seeing immediate results, are the ones who ultimately succeed.